Well, congrats to anybody who had stock in Orville Redenbacher or the concept of Schadenfreude, because they're both through the roof right now after history's most predictable bitch fight is kicked off between Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Hey, MAGA, you remember how last year you tried to tell the rest of us that the world's two most narcissistic attention whores were going to selflessly work together for the good of the people? Remember how we told you that that was dumb and you were dumb for thinking it? Yeah, well, scoreboard, motherfuckers. This whole thing has been like if the Kendrick and Drake beef was between the two worst white people on earth, involved zero actual talent, and could somehow result in us all eating bugs inside a failed state. Still kind of fun, though. The best part of it all so far has been what else unintentional self-owns on both sides. First, Elon said Trump was on the Epstein list. He was like, guess what? The guy who I spent hundreds of millions of dollars empowering and with whom I have worked side by side for months, oftentimes bringing my 5-year-old son along, yeah, that guy's a pedophile. And I knew the whole time. I just pretended I didn't because I thought he would make me richer. But now that I've determined it's not in my best interest, I'm blowing the lid off the whole thing. So, when's my parade? Right, and then the Trump White House said that Elon was having an unfortunate episode. They're like, yeah, you remember that foreign national that we couldn't give a security clearance to, but to whom we did give unlimited access to the world's most powerful government? Yeah, that guy's a mentally unstable drug addict. And we knew the whole time. We just pretended we didn't because he was giving us a lot of money and votes. It's like, oh, well, now that you put it all that way. So what comes next? You know, Elon says he wants to start a third party, which I assume he intends to call the Sigma X parentheses robot noises party. Oh no, Elon, please don't. However, will the left survive without the crucial demographic of incels who blew their grandparents' inheritance on fart coin? This guy still somehow doesn't realize that the vast majority of Americans think that he sucks. Or does he? Because everything's got to be a conspiracy theory in this hellscape of ours. Some people have said this whole feud has been manufactured on both sides in an effort to rehabilitate Elon's image. First, I don't buy it. I feel like Trump would rather give Eric and Don Jr. a heartfelt hug than sign up for some shit like that. And secondly, it shouldn't even be possible. This dude did a Nazi salute in front of everybody. Rehabilitation should not be on the table. Matter of fact, Democrats, don't even think about it. I swear to God, if next year come the midterms, y'all are trotting Elon out there at campaign stops alongside the Cheney family band and Henry Kissinger's fucking Force Ghost, I swear to God, I'm going to lose my shit. I don't know what this is all going to ultimately amount to, you know, but this is America in 2025, so I fear the answer might be not all that much, really. It won't surprise me if this kind of just fizzles out as we all move on to the next unprecedented and comically upsetting debacle. But still, for now, remember, laughing with popcorn in your mouth is a choking hazard, so be careful out there. Love y'all. All right, YouTube, back with more in just a second, but I want to let you know that these here musings of mine are once again brought to you by the good folks at Private Internet Access, the world's most trusted VPN provider with over 30 million downloads. Listen, this day and age, you got to have a VPN if you're going to be out here on the internet here. All right, if you don't know why you need a VPN, there's a lot of good reasons. Here's a fun one. Let's say you want to watch Rick and Morty and you got Netflix. Well, we don't have Rick and Morty on Netflix in this here country, but in other countries they do, and PIA's VPNs can make it appear as though you're logging on from any country on earth, so you could check out that country's version of Netflix if you want to. There's more serious reasons to have a VPN. It's dark days out here in these digital streets. You got all these shadowy, nefarious hacker types and scammers who want to access your private data. Well, PIA's VPNs hide your IP address and encrypt your internet connection, thus shielding you and your online privacy from the prying eyes of the shadier types of the digital world. Okay, their VPNs are available across all platforms, and now you can use one PIA account to safeguard all your devices. Got every one of my devices on my PIA account, and it works like a charm. So if that sounds good to you, here's what you can do. Click the link in the description below to check out PIA today. You can try it for 83% off with 4 months free. Signing up always includes 24/7 customer support and a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what more do you need to hear? If you think that sounds overly techy to you, too technical in nature, it's not. There's the app, there's the button. You simply push the button, and just like that, it's on, it's done, it's working. It couldn't be simpler. So try Private Internet Access today. All right, YouTube, and we're back. Apparently this whole thing kicked off in earnest when Elon criticized Trump's big beautiful bill, calling it a disgusting abomination, which, you know, broken clocks and blind squirrels and all that. And this prompted Trump to respond, saying that Elon loved the bill and he only was saying that because he put the EV mandates in there. And this apparently prompted Elon to get totally yacked out on a big handful of wealth amphetamine, his own proprietary blend of secret rich people drugs, which I assume is laced with the powdered bones of the poor and do what he does best, just aggressively talk shit from behind the safety of a phone keyboard, right? He was Trump tweet after Trump tweet. That got Trump involved on True Social, and the whole thing was off to the races from there. And I gotta say, this is like emblematic of perhaps my favorite aspect of the post-Trump world, if I had to pick one, and it's watching Republicans and the American right tear itself apart for once. You know, like for a long time, they didn't really do that. It's one thing I always gave it up to. I always said, like, look, you say what you want about them, but they stick together. I said it for years because they normally did. It'd be like you could tell a Republican congressman, do you know that your colleague in Congress has been caught running a, sex trafficking illicit ring of truck stop glory holes? And they'd just be like, well, he's a good Christian, and that was that. And never even had to come up again. That's how they used to operate, right? Meanwhile, normally tearing ourselves apart is very much the province of the left. That's what we have done. And look, a lot of times that shit's legitimate. They deserve it. Other factions of the left deserve, for example, when they fund a genocide or supplicate themselves to moderates because they think they're actually going to, earn their vote, and they're not all that racist, they say. Like, that type of shit should draw your ire if you're on the left. But then other times, some otherwise perfectly acceptable lefty candidate goes to a Halloween party dressed up as a pirate, and people are like, pirates are rapists and murderers. Don't you think that's a little problematic? Like, Jesus fucking Christ, right? It's like, that's been our shit for years. But now, post-Trump, we got that happening on the Republican side because they've invited all the loonies into the asylum. And this is what happens, it turns out, when you court all the craziest people on earth and you rally them all around the central defining philosophy of looking out for number one, they kind of start to turn on each other eventually. Imagine that. I don't know how they didn't see it coming, but I sure am enjoying it. The ripple effects of this feud are already very entertaining because you have some of the worst sides of the MAGAverse coming together to fling shit at each other online, sometimes somewhat literally. And I mean, of course, Cat Turd, noted, renowned Republican thought leader Cat Turd is currently also engaged in his own online feud over this very topic with who else? Absolute maniac Alex Jones. That's right. And then the best part of it all, you don't have to pick a side. Steve Bannon says they should deport Elon to a Salvadorian death camp, and you're like, you have to wait. You don't have to like Steve Bannon to get some enjoyment out of that comment. So I'm just saying, let the games begin. I guess they begun a while ago. Let them continue. Who the hell cares? We got to get some entertainment from somewhere. And in addition to this channel, of course, which I do appreciate you watching, as always. So we'll put these things up here on the screen. This is my special Trash Daddy comedy special, stand-up comedy special. Watch it if you haven't already. It's a fun time. Even if you have, watch it again. You can also subscribe to this channel, get all these videos and all my podcast episodes and stand-up clips, and every now and then cooking videos and stuff that I do. The most important one for me, the other one, TreyCrowder.com. That's where I got all my dates listed. That's my website where I have dates listed where I do stand-up comedy. I'm a touring comedian. It's what I really do. Check them out. If I'm coming near your city, get a ticket, come see me. If you like these, you like that. It's a fun time. I promise you, either way, as long as you keep watching these, I'll keep making them. I love you like chicken. See you next time. Hang in there. See you. Bye.